Bangladesh is an important country in the region. It's a big Muslim country. Iran has old and traditional relation with Bangladesh. What happened in Bangladesh has raised our concern about the life of people, stability of this important country, and the stability in the region. You know, Bangladesh is a heavily populated country. So if there is no peace or no stability, and there be any crashes there, so it will affect all the region. We hope that very soon, we will witness stability and rule of law in Bangladesh, and all people can make their decision about their destiny of the country.
Okay, now coming to West Asia, sir, which is very important for us. What is the current situation in West Asia now? We have clearly seen the escalation of things from Israel, from Iran, from Lebanon. What is Iran's stance on this conflict? Do you still hope for peace in the region?
Unfortunately, the situation in West Asia is not good. The invasion of Israel and crimes of Israel in Gaza, in Lebanon, is continued. And recently we have witnessed a terrorist operation inside Iran, assassination of the leader of Hamas, Ismail Haniyeh, who was an official guest in Iran, was assassinated by Israel. The trend is escalating. The situation is escalating, the deteriorate, and the situation is deteriorate. Daily, we are witnessing the number of casualty, innocent people who are killed is increased, more than 40,000. This is not just a figure. This is the life of people. 40,000 lives have been lost. So it's not just a figure like other figures. More than 90,000 people have been wounded. All the Palestinians in Gaza have been displaced. They have no safe place. Even the shelters and tents of refugees and displaced people are targeted by Israeli warplane and Israeli military forces. So, and unfortunately, there is no horizon for the end of this tragic trend in the region. From another side, we are witnessing fully support of United States to Israel and to Netanyahu, who is the main responsible for this crime. There is no intention to stop this crime, this genocide. And it's natural that it will provocate the feeling, the heart of all people, not only Muslim people in the region, but all people in the world, as we witnessed demonstration in Europe, in Australia, in North America, different countries in the Middle East. So if it continue, it will affect the whole world and the stability of all world. I hope that those who are responsible, those who have influence on Israel, especially United States, reach to this conclusion that it should stop this ongoing trend and do their historic and human being responsibility to stop this genocide.
So So there were several reports on the killing of Ismail Haniyeh. Iran has blamed Israel, of course, but Israel hasn't claimed the responsibility yet. Do you find it humiliating that Israel keeps attacking your territory, and will Iran retaliate? And also, do we know the exact reason how he was killed?
According to the latest investigation, Ismail Haniyeh was assassinated by a short-range projectile with a warhead of 7 kilogram explosive materials. There is no in Iran, and according to the proof and evidence, there is no doubt about that Israel is behind this assassination. Beside this, it doesn't need that Israel to accept the responsibility of this. We have witnessed too many terror and assassination which has been done inside Iran and outside of Iran in the region by Israel, that Israel did not accept the responsibility of these terrors. But all this terror were on the benefit of Israel, and logically we can judge and conclude that the main part that is behind this terror is Israel. So it doesn't need to be accepted by Israel. Regarding the retaliation by Iran, we believe that we have the inherent right to defend our national interest, national security. But it depends how we retaliate. It depends to the situation. And we have, there is no doubt about the retaliation. There is no doubt. But the how and the time is something else. We will make our decision about this. But there will be revenge, and we will do it.
Since there were reports that Iran may attack Israel in the next 24 to 48 hours, so the US is also prepared, they're sending a warship. There were some reports about that as well, that the attack is going to happen very soon.
As I mentioned, there is, it will happen, but the time is something else.
So coming to India, what role do you think India can play in this overall crisis? Because it has good ties with both Iran and Israel, and also Iran and India are part of a very important grouping, which is SCO. How do you see India's role in that?
Since the beginning of the tragic events and crimes of Israel in Gaza, I repeatedly mentioned that India is an important country, is a big power, and influential country in the international community. It has besides this, it has good relation with Israel and Iran. And also India, as a non-aligned movement founder, had supported Palestine case in the history of the region. So there is an expectation that India can and should play more active role in this the current crisis in the region and tension in the region. The government of India has very good relation with the ruling party in Israel and the government of Israel, so it can use its influence to convince them to stop this genocide in the region and in the Gaza, and stop crimes and keep the peace and keep the peace in the Palestine. From Iranian side, we are in collaboration with India in many cases, and we hope that we are trying to convince India to use its influence and its power to keep peace in the region.
So coming to the Indian diaspora in West Asia, we have a good number of diaspora Indians living there. For India, it is a big concern because of the diaspora. The Indian side has issued an advisory. It has asked the Indians to not travel to Lebanon. So, how would Iran specifically ensure the safety of Indians in West Asia?
We can assure the security of Indian inside Iran.
Yeah, I mean in Tehran specifically.
Yeah. In Tehran, Indian diaspora have no problem regarding security. We ensure their security. We are responsible for their security. And if you go to Tehran market, even in Zahedan, if you ask Indian minority about their security situation, you will see that they have no problem. So, regarding the security and safety of Indian inside Iran, we are responsible, we assure it, and we do our best to guarantee their security, and there is no concern about this. But regarding the security of Indian in the region, it is something else. It is the responsibility of India to be in touch with Israel, to be in touch with the regional states, to guarantee their security. And for this reason, I emphasize that it would be better for India to convince or to encourage Israel to stop the crime in Gaza and Palestine.
So if we talk about India and Iran ties going forward, we have a new president in place. In the swearing-in ceremony, our Indian representative was also there. I think they did not met each other. But how do you see the relationship going forward? We had the Chabahar deal signing a few months ago. How do you see the relationship?
Indo-Iranian relation is historical, and based on the national interest of both countries. So any changes in the government of Iran or India will not affect the relation. Of course, it may cause, in some cases, it will accelerate or expedite the speed of the relation, and in some cases it will decrease the speed, but there is, both countries see each other as main and essential partner. So there is no changes in the policy of Iran and no changes in the approach of Iran toward India. We have signed too many agreements which are the legal base of our relation, and we are working to expand and improve these legal bases by signing new agreements. Dr. Pezeshkian, our new president, also emphasized on the improvement of relation with neighbors. Neighbors first is a main approach of the new government, which include India. We believe India is our neighbor, not only a cultural neighbor, geographical neighbor, and historical neighbor. So India is one of the priority of the new government, and we hope that very soon we will start exchange of high-ranking delegation between two countries.
I was going to ask you this, that will there be a delegation visit between the two countries?
We are working on this. We are working on this, and we hope that very soon. Of course, these days India is very busy with Bangladesh and the region, and also Iran. Till now, the new cabinet of Iran has not been formed. So, new cabinet should be formed, should be approved by the Parliament of Iran, and the new minister go to their offices. So after that, we will plan. But very soon we will have in the field of tourism, we will have some events in Delhi, in India. I mean Hyderabad, Mumbai, and Delhi.
So it's around 10 months to the Israel-Hamas conflict. As Iran, how do you see, I mean, when is peace going to be in the region, and what is your thinking on the way forward in this conflict?
You know, there will be no peace and stability in the region without with the invasion and crimes of Israel. You know, since 1947, when Israel was set up, you know, the region has not witnessed safety, security, and peace at all. You know, Israel invaded Lebanon. Israel and occupied some part of Lebanon, which is now under the control of Israel. Israel occupied Golan Heights of Syria. Israel occupied some part of Jordan. Israel occupied some part of Egypt, and you know, but and after these, you know, since 1947, there were Camp David Pact, there were Oslo, there were Madrid, there were, and the recent pact was Abraham Accord. But these political initiation did not lead to any result. What for? Because the invasion of Israel has continued. Israel now, if you compare the percentage of the territory of Palestine, which is under control of Palestinians, now with the percentage which was at the beginning of the foundation of Israel, I mean 1947, you can compare that the expansionism of Israel has not stopped. And till this mentality, this behavior of Israel will continue, there will be no peace, no stability in the region. And, you know, Palestinians have to defend themselves. Lebanese have to defend themselves. Syrians have to defend themselves. Otherwise, Israel wants to expand its territory and will invade their territory. And, you know, there will be no peace. If Israel said, we want peace. Israel said that it wants peace. But in which cases and with which quality it say, I am occupying your territory, you should not say anything, you should not do anything, and I want peace. But any country, any people, any nation have the right to defend themselves, to defend their homeland. So without the stop of the crimes and invasion of Israel, there will be no peace. At least the recent decades has proved this fact.
So just last question, is there still a possibility for ceasefire? Because, you know, there were countries involved in mediation, Egypt, Qatar and all. There were talks of hostage exchange between Hamas and Israel. So Do you think there would be a possibility for ceasefire and any update on the hostage deal?
Very, very good question. Thank you for this question. You know, you may be aware that there were some link and some discussion between Hamas and Israel through third parties for ceasefire. And Ismail Haniyeh was supporter of ceasefire. So, the assassination of Ismail Haniyeh, who was main supporter of ceasefire, by Israel means and implies that Israel does not want ceasefire. If it was serious in this regard, it did not assassinate Ismail Haniyeh. You know, when you assassinate, when Israel assassinate Ismail Haniyeh, who were supporting seriously and trying to achieve an agreement in the Palestine, so it shows that no one knows what is behind the mind of Netanyahu. No knows what is the main plan of Israel. Israel want to continue. You know, Israel, we believe that the main goal of Israel is to demolish the Palestinian nation, to not remain anything from Palestine, to devastate Palestine, and to occupy the remainder of territory of Palestine. This is the main goal. If it will agree with Palestinian, and regarding the ceasefire, it means that Israel has not succeeded in its target, its goal. Israel invaded Palestinian Gaza to what can I say? To occupy its territory. But if some part of territory of Gaza remain on the hand of Palestinians, it will show that Israel did not reach its goal, and Netanyahu should reply to its nation